Let's talk about the Federal Reserve because they are now stuck between a rock and a hard place. And either path they choose has massive implications for housing. See, here's the situation. On one hand, the job market is clearly weakening. We just lost 92,000 jobs. Over the last 6 months, we've had essentially zero net job creation. The labor force participation rate dropped to 62%, the lowest since December 2021 outside of the pandemic. Normally, when the job market weakens like this, the Fed's playbook is simple: cut interest rates to stimulate the economy. But on the other hand, and this is the critical part of this piece, inflation is still running hot. The Fed's preferred inflation gauge, core PCE, came in at 3% in December, which is well above the Fed's 2% target. Inflation has been above the target for nearly 5 years now, and there's a new wildcard making things even worse: oil prices. The conflict between the US, Israel, and Iran has pushed oil prices to their highest level in years. Iran controls the Strait of Hormuz, through which roughly 20% of global oil supply passes. Higher oil prices mean higher gas prices, which mean higher inflation. One Kansas City Fed president said recently that he doesn't think we have room to be complacent on inflation, and that if it becomes ingrained, getting it back to 2% would be difficult and costly. So the Fed is facing what economists call stagflation risk, a scenario where economic growth is slowing and unemployment is rising, but inflation stays high. It's one of the worst economic combinations possible because the tools that fix one problem make the other problem worse. If you cut rates to help jobs, you risk making inflation worse. If you keep rates high to fight inflation, you risk pushing the economy into a recession. The era of rate cuts rescuing the housing market, that may not be coming anytime soon like we thought. Both of our goals are at risk now, and we have to keep our eyes on both. So what does this mean for housing prices specifically? Well, it depends on which scenario plays out. And I'm going to walk you through both so you get a good understanding of each, because the difference between them is enormous.